Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tyler, and today we are going to be going over what would have happened had BEERUS woken up earlier. So early to the point to where he wakes up 1 year after the defeat of Cell. What's going to go down here now that BEERUS is awake at such a weird time? We'll find out today, now.
Hey, collecting rings like a Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy, so got 'em on a diet, yeah. Flex like I'm Hogan. Yo, bitch coming over. We respect.
We start our story off on BEERUS's planet, where we would see Whis wake up BEERUS for the same reasons he did in canon, only this time he would tell him how this Saiyan defeated Frieza was actually also defeated by another creature, but that creature was taken down by his son, which is basically saying how Goku beat Frieza, Cell beat Goku, and Gohan beat Cell. Now after this, BEERUS tells Whis to go on, and Whis would even say how there's also more Saiyans on Earth, such as Prince Vegeta. And after BEERUS hears this, he's already intrigued and convinced about the Super Saiyan God maybe being on Earth, and so the two then head out to Earth. Now I will say here, because the Supreme Kais really don't have a connection with the Earthlings all too much, I don't see them trying to warn or go out their way to warn King Kai and Goku about BEERUS waking up, which basically leads into BEERUS and Whis landing on Earth undetected. At that point, we would then cut to a few moments later where we would see Capsule Corp and Vegeta is basically just inside getting done with his training. At that point, we would then hear a ring at the doorbell, and Vegeta would then open it, and he would see none other than Whis and BEERUS himself. Yes, Whis and BEERUS actually encountered Vegeta first, since when they arrived on Earth, they were actually much closer to Capsule Corp than they were to Goku's house, which basically means that BEERUS and Whis just go out of the way to go and talk to Vegeta first, which leads into Vegeta being very shaky and very nervous that Lord BEERUS all of a sudden has just arrived onto Earth. And this basically means that the Earthlings are doomed and Vegeta needs to do something here. So Vegeta just talks to BEERUS very cautiously, and in the end he says that he doesn't know anything of the Super Saiyan God, which leads into BEERUS then saying, alright, we're just gonna go ask the other Saiyans, and at that point BEERUS and Whis would then head out to Goku's house. At that point Vegeta would try and stop him, saying, what are you talking about? But BEERUS and Whis would just ignore him, knowing that Vegeta won't do anything to stop him. And Vegeta himself also knows that, and so he comes up with a different plan. We then see him immediately go inside of Capsule Corp, and he would then grab the Dragon Radar out of the little cabinet or whatever it is, I don't remember. But Vegeta would grab the Dragon Radar, and as he's on his way out, he would then encounter Bulma, who would then question what he's doing with that radar and where is he going. And Vegeta would then say that he has to do something real fast, and he would immediately fly up, and as Vegeta is flying, we then cut our perspective to son Gohan, who had just got done with his studying, and currently he is enjoying a nice family dinner with baby Goten and Chi-Chi, when all of a sudden they are interrupted with a sudden knock at the door. It's a purple cat and his apparent assistant, and they have come to ask if Gohan knows anything about a Super Saiyan God. Gohan would then say how he doesn't know of a Super Saiyan God, but he does know of a transformation called Super Saiyan, and he also knows a form that even goes beyond that. BEERUS's interest would then peak up, since this could be a power that could still rival his own, and so he would then request to Gohan if he and BEERUS can spar. Meanwhile, Vegeta had just got done gathering the 7 Dragon Balls, and he would then summon Shenron, and a certain Z fighter would catch onto this, that being Piccolo. Vegeta then cast his wish to summon the Super Saiyan God, and Shenron would then explain to him that he can't summon the Super Saiyan God, but he can tell him how to summon the Super Saiyan God, which is basically having 6 pure-hearted Saiyans join arms. At that point, Vegeta would then notice Piccolo and would question as to what he's looking at, and Piccolo would then ask as to what's going on, and Vegeta would quickly explain about BEERUS, and Shenron would then interrupt, saying Vegeta still has to make another wish. Vegeta at that point thinks of a wish, and he comes up with a good idea. And that idea is to revive Kakarot for 1 day. At that point, Shenron would then grant this wish, and Goku at first would resist, and then talk to Vegeta through King Kai and ask why is he trying to revive him. Vegeta then explains, and Goku understands that this is a very serious situation, and he needs to get down there. And after Vegeta tells him it's only for 1 day, Goku just accepts, and Goku temporarily is brought back to Earth. Goku instant transmissions over as Shenron disperses, and Goku, Piccolo, and Vegeta quickly head to Gohan after Vegeta screams at Goku that they need to rush to Gohan now. And yes, Vegeta complies with the instant transmission because this situation is too serious. Anyways, the 3 warriors would arrive right as Gohan is about to deny the spar, but before he can, he would just walk past BEERUS and then start sprinting over to Goku, and he would just give Goku one big hug. Goku would then quickly explain to Gohan after the sweet moment that this guy is looking for a Super Saiyan God, and he is a guy known for destroying things around the universe. Gohan asks if they could take him, and Vegeta says that he can easily atomize us whenever he wants to, and at that point Vegeta would then walk up to BEERUS and say how he figured out how to get the Super Saiyan God, but they're just going to need to give them a little bit more time. And Beerus then complies, and he and Whis proceed to wait. Vegeta at that point asks if they could get more Saiyans, and Gohan then brings up his younger brother Goten, who's in the house right now, and Goku, hearing this, gets shocked and immediately tags along, saying that he needs to see his son. And when Goku and Gohan go inside of Goku's house, Goku and Chi-Chi would then reunite as well, and Goku would then be taken to Goten's room, who had just been put down to sleep. And Goku would just be completely shocked on how similar Goten looked to even him, and Goku would then say how he has a strong sense that someday Goten might become a strong warrior even like Gohan. Anyways, at that point, while that's going down, Vegeta would go out of his way to go and get Kid Trunks, and at that point he would then bring him to Goku's house. Bulma would be questioning Vegeta as to what's going down, but Vegeta just has no time to waste, and he would tell Bulma that he will explain later. And Bulma doesn't really like this reaction from Vegeta, and so when Vegeta grabs Trunks and just flies off to Goku's house, Bulma just gets a Capsule Corp ship, and she would immediately follow Vegeta in hot pursuit. While Vegeta was on his way, Chi-Chi had some leftover food over from their dinner, and she gives the leftovers to Whis and Beerus, who love the food, and Chi-Chi is actually, taken aback by this because she would have never thought a destroyer of worlds would be pleased with such basic cooking to Chi-Chi. But anyways, Chi-Chi just decides to make more to satisfy them, and Beerus and Whis are satisfied, but they are a little impatient, and by there I mean Beerus, and Beerus is now demanding of the Super Saiyan God, and this food doesn't satisfy his hunger for battle. And at that point, Vegeta would then arrive with Trunks, while Goku and Gohan and Goten would then arrive outside. Now the 5 Saiyans are together, but Vegeta would then say how they need one more, and Vegeta knows that desperate times call for desperate measures, and he decides to then tell Goku to try and locate his brother Tarbell, and after locating, Goku teleports. And when Goku arrives, with Vegeta by the way, they would immediately encounter Tarbell, and Vegeta would just give a quick rundown about everything, and Tarbell, hearing about Beerus destroying Vegeta's planet, Tarbell is just gonna go along and take Vegeta's word, and at that point, Tarbell and Vegeta and Goku would then go back to Earth, and at that point, they now have 6 Saiyans. Now at that point, the 6 Saiyans then joined arms, with Goku at first getting the aura surrounding him, but before he accepts it, he knows that he's not going to be here for long, and the Z Fighters need a strong defender. He then passes this power to Gohan, and Gohan is shocked to see this power around him, but he knows he can't just deny it since everyone will die if he does. And so Gohan accepts this power, and a red flash would then surround the area, and after the light dwindles away, we then see a Gohan who looks slimmer and has red hair. He is in the Super Saiyan God state. At that point, Gohan would then deliver the first punch on Beerus, and the two would then begin their fight, similar to how Goku and Beerus played out their fight, with just Gohan being weaker than that Goku that fought Beerus. But still, he gives Beerus a challenge regardless. He turns into base eventually and even goes Super Saiyan, still being able to combat and hold his own against Beerus until they take their battle to space, where we would then see Beerus actually get the advantage in the fight, but then at that point Gohan would then show off some power that he never thought he might have been able to use. He would then use an after image on Beerus that would allow him to sneak attack Beerus with a Kamehameha, but as the Kamehameha is blasting Beerus back, Gohan would also power up even further, going Super Saiyan 2 and even God again. Beerus in reaction to this just kinda laughs and puts in more power that pushes Gohan back, and at that point Gohan knows he needs to access not only his full God power but his rage. And at that point, for a brief second, Gohan manages to get the anger out for just a second, and that second would actually lead into a blue flash forming around Gohan, which leads into the Kamehameha actually pushing Beerus back for the last second, managing to harm the purple cat but not kill him. At that point, that was basically all the power that Gohan could even use, and Gohan would then collapse, but Beerus manages to catch him, being satisfied with him in Gohan's battle. At that point, Beerus brings Gohan down to Earth, and as we all know, Beerus spares Earth, similar to in canon, and Beerus and Whis promise to come back for some more delicious food from Chi-Chi. Now after Beerus and Whis leave, Goku for the rest of his time would hang out with the rest of the Z Fighters, who I kinda forgot to mention would all meet up with Piccolo and the others just watching Gohan versus Beerus, but at that point Goku would just hang out with the rest of his family before it's his time to go, and he and Gohan would then exchange some last final words, and this would be seemingly their last goodbye. And at that point, that would also conclude the BEERUS saga. And so there you guys have it. That would also conclude part 1 of what if Beerus woke up after the Cell saga or before the BUU saga. I don't necessarily remember the titling. It's like 5 in the morning and I'm probably trying to get some sleep right now. I don't know why I said probably trying, but with that being said, everyone, have a good night. I'm going to sleep. Well, looks like you guys made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Your support means more than you think, and really I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share with your friends. Also, comment other what ifs you would like to see on the channel, or anything you liked about this what if. If you guys do want to hang out with me and other content creators off YouTube, be sure to join the Discord, which will be linked in the description, where we basically do debates, game nights, watch movies, watch shows, and overall just hang out and chill. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you guys alone. Thank you guys for watching once again. My name is Tyler. Peace out. Bye.